Today, let's talk about Docker. If you have ever heard a developer say it works on my machine, Docker is the tool that finally stopped that excuse. Docker lets you package, run, and ship applications inside containers, so they behave the same everywhere. No surprise, no chaos, no why does it break only in production moments. So what exactly is a container? A container is a lightweight, isolated environment that has everything your app needs to run. Your code, dependencies, configuration, runtime, all bundled together. It is like putting your app in a tiny portable box. Unlike virtual machines, containers don't run a full operating system. They share the host OS kernel, which makes them incredibly fast and lightweight. This is why you can run dozens of containers without your laptop sounding like it is about to take off. Now, containers come from images. A Docker image is basically a blueprint. It tells Docker what your app needs and how to run it. Images are built from a Docker file, a simple text file with step-by-step instructions. Each line in the Docker file adds a new layer to the image, and because images are layered, Docker is able to reuse cache layers, making builds fast. When you run an image, you get a container. Containers are meant to be temporary. You can stop them, delete them, recreate them instantly. If your app breaks, no problem, just nuke the container, debug through the logs, and start a fresh one. It is the software version of turn it off and back in again. But what about data? If containers are temporary, how do you keep your files safe? That's where volumes come in. Volumes store data outside the container so it doesn't disappear when the container is removed. Use volumes for things like databases, logs, and anything you don't want randomly deleted. Next, let's talk networking. Docker gives each container its own network stack and IP address. Containers inside the same network can talk to each other easily. Your API container can talk to your database container without leaking into your entire system. It keeps things clean, organized, and less likely to explode. If your app has multiple parts, like backend, frontend, and database, then Docker Compose is your best friend. Docker Compose lets you define your whole application stack in one YAML file. You describe services, volumes, and networks, then you bring everything up with a single command. It is like pressing start on your entire application. Finally, Docker Hub and registries. A registry is where your images are stored. You can push your image to a registry and pull it from anywhere, another machine, another cloud provider. Basically, the Docker Hub is the default public registry, but it can use private registry too. Docker solves the consistency problem. If your app works in a container on your machine, it will work the same on any server. Same environment, same dependencies, same behavior. No more changing bugs that only exist on that one laptop. And that's the core of Docker. Images, containers, volumes, networks, compose, registries. Once you understand these pieces, Docker becomes simple and incredibly powerful. Next video about Docker, we'll dive into containers. If you liked it, please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to see more of my videos. See you soon. Love you guys.